Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Jeff, Aromatics, back again, working on my series where I take a singular cigar leaf, roll it up, smoke it, and just give my opinion on the flavors and the burn characteristics, etc. for my own journaling purposes, for when I blend cigars, as well as for those who are curious. We always hear about the particular leaves that are in our favorite cigars, but do we really know or hear much about what those singular leaves taste like? Not really. So that makes me even more interested in doing these type of videos, and maybe some people out there are interested as well. So today, the leaf that I will be smoking is Ecuadorian Maduro wrapper leaf. Now, a problem that many of us rollers have is especially when you're first starting out, you don't really know what leaf to stock up on. So sometimes you don't get a lot of leaf, and then your supplier runs out, and they might not ever get it again, and that can be a problem. Well, this is one of those leaves where I got quite a bit of it, but not as much as I wanted, and they ran out, and I thought I would never get it again. Well, just recently, it looks like they got a new batch in, and the description says it's from the same year as the previous batch, and that's the crop year of 2014-2015, which would make this about 10 years old. So it's a nice aged leaf. So I'm really curious to smoke this on its own. I have used it quite a bit in some of my favorite blends, one of which I'll show you right here. My little cigar pouch here. My Durham Forge. So that uses the Ecuadorian Maduro Habano leaf. Kind of like your typical Nicaraguan cigar, like a Padron or Tatawaje. Nice spicy cigar. So this is, I'm expecting to be a nice spicy leaf. And here's what it looks like, by the way, on its own. Really nice leaf, about medium-sized veins. Not quite as dark as you would think. It's like if you watch my previous video on Maduro and Oscuro, just because it's Maduro doesn't necessarily mean it's super dark. It just means that, it could also mean that it's well aged and fermented. So, not only am I going to review this cigar, I'm also going to do another one to compare it, and this is Ecuadorian Ligero Shade leaf. It's another wrapper that I have, and I was curious as to what the difference is between these two. So I'm mainly going to focus on this Ecuadorian Maduro, but we'll compare it to the other as well, just for curiosity's sake. So here's my little leaf all rolled up. Good draw. All right, let me smoke this down a little bit, and I'll be back. Stick around. All right, I am back. Wowzers. This is definitely the spiciest of all the leaf that I have, especially definitely the wrapper leaf. This is super easy to describe. Basically, it is jalapeno pepper and cayenne pepper. That's what you're tasting. There might be a little bit of coffee there maybe in the background, but you can't really taste that over that jalapeno, that, you know, when you bite into a hot pepper and you just feel that spice take that tingle take over your mouth. That's what you got here. But it's sweet. So it's also like if you have a jalapeno popper and you bite into it, that green pepper type of taste. It's kind of got that nice kind of juicy sweet flavor, but just overtaken with hot spicy cayenne pepper and mostly jalapeno, because it's got that sweet zing. Lots of smoke, burns great. It's a great leaf. It really is. The veins aren't too bad. As a Maduro, don't expect it to taste dark. Some Maduro leaves are really dark and they just have that dark roasted coffee kind of flavor, or maybe like a dark fruit taste. This doesn't have that. It's kind of bright, spicy, zingy, sweet. That's basically what I'm tasting. Yeah. One more thing, it also kind of reminds me of, I don't know how many cigar smokers out there smoke a pipe, but it reminds me too of Perique Bomb pipe tobaccos. Two in particular. One is Exclusive by Cornell and Deal, which is half Perique, half Virginia, and it's just a real fruity, peppery spice bomb, as well as Bayou Night by Cornell and Deal. Same thing. It's kind of got a little bit of that really strong peppery, almost maybe slightly kind of fruity, sweet taste that you'd get from Perique. It's kind of wet. I rolled it last night, and so I should have let it dry a little bit more, but I wanted to do this video. So okay, that's going to be it for this leaf. If you wanna add spice to your sweet spice to your cigars, this is the wrapper leaf. I use it for some Nicaraguan blends as well as it's great to use Dominican Criollo. That's earthy and it gives it a nice. It adds to that earthy flavor with some nice spicy kick. I use it for one of my cigars called it's my El Cajon match from LFD, and it's really close. I use it for that. So okay, bonus now. I'm going to light up the Maduro, or not the Maduro, but the Ecuadorian Ligero. I don't know if I'll even be able to taste it with all that spice from the last one. It's pretty overpowering. All right, let me get this lit up. I'll smoke it a bit. I won't waste your time, and I'll be back with a quick update on how this cigar compares to the Ecuadorian Maduro. Stick around. Okay, so now we're doing the Ecuadorian Ligero shade wrapper. Totally different, very surprising. Now this tastes more like a Maduro type of leaf. It's definitely darker. It's not quite as spicy. I can actually get the flavors coming through, but I can't tell if it's really spicy because the amount of spice on the Ecuadorian Maduro was just so much that I'd have to smoke this first to get a feel of how spicy it is. But I do detect, I'm pretty sure, a little bit of spice, so it's probably a spicy leaf. But the flavors I'm getting I would say number one would be musty, oaky flavor with a little bit of a mocha coffee there. Also, what else am I getting here? Yeah, imagine a dark roast coffee, but with some cream in it. It's a little bit creamy, definitely smoother than the Ecuadorian Maduro leaf was. So this would be better if you're looking for more of a Maduro type of cigar with maybe a little bit less spice. I'm not saying it's better because sometimes I really like a pepper bomb, so that's where I would use the Ecuadorian Maduro. This would be more for something if I want a more meatier cigar, or just something a little more Maduro-ish, dark roasty type of flavors. Yeah, I'm surprised, quite a bit of difference. But I think my palate's pretty much fried from that last one, so I'm not getting too much. It's starting to fade on me now. But surprisingly, this one would be, it's pretty complex. Now, no singular leaf is super complex, but you could almost, this is one of those leaves where you could almost smoke it on its own and enjoy it. It's one of those. There are a few, or quite a few filler leaves where on their own, they're just too one-dimensional to enjoy, but they're great in a blend. This one is one of those ones that you could smoke on its own and enjoy it. So yeah, that's my take on both these cigars. I know this one went on a little bit long, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and I look forward to seeing you guys on my next one. So till then, Aromatics, signing out.